welcome back to the most awesome side of YouTube. And today we'll be showing you the tortoise care. I know most of you are probably asking or probably saying to yourself, she never mentions just that she has a tortoise. What is this about? So you'll see the video where I didn't post it yet, but you'll see a video coming up soon that I show everything I got for Christmas, and this is a sneak peek for you guys. So the thing I got for Christmas is a cicada tortoise, and I'm naming it River because it's a very natural, good name. So we're just going to be looking over the steps you need to have a good tortoise enclosure. So the first thing you need is where you're going to keep the thing, where you're going to keep the tortoise at. So you need either like a tank or a big tub. And I have a baby tortoise, and I got it yesterday for Christmas. And it's like mine's about this big. It looks a little bigger on the camera than it does in real life. But I also got it in the enclosure. And what you need for the enclosure is fresh water. And the important thing you need fresh water is because the main priority in the desert is to find water. The only water they really get is from the rain. So you have to have a big water container, and I have a blue container that looks like a rock, but it's carved out. And you need lots of water. You need to refresh it daily, because if you don't, it's not going to be fresh water, and if it climbs inside of it, it has to be refreshed. And the water is important because it needs to drink, and it can cool off in there if it gets a little too hot. And then the second thing you need is it's not a water container. We just remembered that, but we need a food container. And for that, I'm using the same style but way smaller. And we'll get to the food I use later. But you need a little container to hold it in. And then the third most important thing you need is a cave. And the cave is most important because that's where it hides in the night or in the day if it's really tired, if it wants to sleep. So, and then you need substrate. The substrate is kind of important because you want it to get pyramiding, and it's like what they're gonna walk on. So you want it to be soft and good for them. So I don't know what substrate I use because I got it for Christmas. But you need a good, reliable substrate. And yet to be seen, this is a reliable substrate. So you need an actual tank to do it in. So I have just a Southland herp habitat. And yeah, now that's moving around from there. So for some of the essentials you actually need to take care of it is a spray bottle full of room temperature water. I use room temperature water because that seems the best for the humidity levels. And I will show you the tank and around the end. Hold on, let me just move this light. Oh, alright. And you need a heat lamp and another source of light. I forgot which one it is. But you need lamps. I'll show you those in a second when we get to showing off the whole entire tank. So you need a spray bottle like this. Mine's a little bent in the end, but you need a clean spray bottle. And this one I rinsed out, and I cleaned it, and it had nothing in it before, so it was just basically really nice. So you want to have with water, because your humidity levels is actually really good for them in their aquarium or tank or tub, because it needs to have humidity, and that'll help prevent pyramiding. And we'll get into pyramiding when we talk more about the food. So you need a spray bottle full of water. You want to give it a good drench, but don't drench the tortoises. You get what I mean. So put off that to the side. And now I have my bunny. I got this for Christmas a couple years ago. Let me just dry off the top really quick. Okay. So it has a little thing on top. And I'm using it. It used to be for my little toys, but we threw this away. Now I'm using it for my tortoise enclosure. So the pellets and food I use is natural grassland tortoise food and vitamins and minerals. And you're not supposed to have pyramiding. But you can have a tiny bit of pyramiding. This is what I'm talking about, because when we get to food, this is what I meant. Because when you have pyramiding, it's okay if it's controlled. But if it gets out of control to the point where you squish it a little bit and it's like squishy, then you have to go get help. Because if you don't keep it content, it can be very bad for the tortoise. And the pyramiding happens on the shell. So you want something that doesn't have that much has natural high fiber, but not too much fiber. And one of the things some of like the food diets they can go on, and put this away real quick, is you can give them a tiny bit of spinach, because spinach can also cause pyramiding, and pyramiding is not very good for the tortoise. It's okay if you have a tiny bit, because that's always going to be there, because if you have a turtle in captive, it's always going to have pyramiding. But if you don't control it, it'll go out of hand. And same thing for fruits. Fruits are not very good. You can give it once in a while, like watermelon, and but you don't want to give it too much. If you give it too much, it can probably get pyramiding. Okay, so now you also could give it. You can also give it Timothy hay. Timothy hay is actually a very good thing for them. And the next thing I'm going to show you is this thermometer. It's a stick-on thermometer that can go on the side. And when it goes, so when it goes on the side, it takes the measurement of the heat. And you always want one of these, because it's good to take the temperature, because you want one side of it to be 75 to 70, and one side to be 85 to 80. So this will be good to track the things. And another thing you should need is a backup of these thermometer strips. I use the Liquid Crystal Exo Terrier thermometer strips, and I think there's one of the there's a different brand in there, and this is the same brand as this. So that's what you also need. And another thing that I have is a tortoise care. And if you're new to having tortoises, you need one of these, because this has its neutral history, recommended reading, size, and life history, passing, and it's really, really nice. And it just has all the information you need. Put all that back in the bucket. And then I'll show you what you need to do in a second. Let me just close this up to the side. And this fell. Okay, so let me grab you guys so I can show you what it looks like. So this is, and don't worry if it's like stuck in a corner, because sometimes like they can get out. But if they're in there for a couple, like about 5 minutes then you should help them get out. So if it's stuck in the corner right now, it's just probably because it's sleeping. Right now, my tortoise, River, in this case, we don't know if it's a boy or girl, but in most cases, we think it's a boy. And he likes to sleep with his head poked in for some reason. I don't know why. And his arms out. So right now, you can see his little nose, which is awesome. It's really cute. So let me show you. It's in habitat. Wait. So this is what I mean by the height. If it looks a little bit like misted down, it's okay, because I just sprayed it for the humidity. And hold on, let me kind of clear it off. Much better. And this is what I mean by water dish. This is what I mean by water dish. Because the water dish has to be deep enough to the point where it can climb around it, but it can still get in it to cool off. And this is also what I mean by the food. Oh, and by the way, with the pellets, you have to crush them up and add a little bit of water, just so it's easier to mush more. And that's the hide. And these are the 2 lamps. I was showing you, the heat lamps, basically. You want to hold it by this, because this part doesn't get hot. And then my tortoise is in the back. I'll try to show you as best as I can, because I don't know if I can show you. I don't know if it'll be clear enough. Do you see it? So if you can't see it, and it's okay if it has a tiny bit of cracking, because I don't know why it has that, but it's okay if it has a tiny bit of it. So you also want something that has locks, just in case you have a little sibling. Sorry when I shook you a little bit, but just in case you have a little sibling and you don't know if it's that second, like if you have a small sibling or cat or dog, you want it to be secure enough to the point where they can't open it and like shake it around and like hurt your tortoise basically. So you want some locks, and I have these pull-up locks. They look like this, and you want to put them in holes. They have the holes for them right here. So you have two on one side. And that's basically what you need to take care of a tortoise. So I'll see you all next time. Bye!